Alright, what's popping YouTube? Welcome to another video. And judging by the title and the thumbnail, y'all see why y'all clicked. Now, it wasn't necessarily my worst trading week. I wouldn't say that at all actually, but it was definitely one that took a toll on me mentally, financially a little bit took a toll. Like it definitely hit, and I know why. I definitely did. I was able to extract some lessons from this whole thing. I just want to share my thoughts and just kind of brain dump a little bit just about what I've learned from the past week and how I'm going to go forward on and how I'm going to, try to change it. How you can maybe, take something from what I'm saying as well. So just starting out, I want to say one of the worst habits that I had this week was just my attachment to the money and me just taking poor quality setups just because they had the opportunity to make me money. Now, to start, it was just like I'm taking setups that I know I shouldn't be taking a lot of the time. I'm taking setups that I'm not fully confident in. I'm taking setups just because they have the opportunity or the potential to make me money, and this is a terrible way to go about it. Like it's 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 not the right way to go about it at all. And I think it stems from just my attachment and me just wanting to see a dollar amount, me wanting to see green on my chart, or at the end of the day, me wanting to see green on my P&L. And I think that just also ties to, like when I actually like open it up and really dive deeper into it, I think that it also like it stems deeper from just me trading on, the 5 XFAs, me just thinking about the potential profit that can come with it, me thinking about the potential opportunities that will come from it, what I can do, how I'm going to, all these different things that I'm just creating mental pictures of and mental fixations about, to which now I'm trading more anxiously. I'm not, taking setups how I should take them. I'm more fixated on the dollar amount. I'm focused on that instead of taking actual good trades. I'm taking a lot of trades in which they aren't the highest quality setups, and I'm giving away. I'm wasting my mental capital. I'm wasting my personal capital. Like it's draining mentally and to my accounts. And I think that's one of the main things, is me taking these bad setups and not having the ability to identify and to filter out the good versus the great. Um, I heard in an interview, I think I spoke on this before too, but I heard in an interview from an entrepreneur I follow. He was like, yo, the wealthiest people know how to say no to good business deals, and they know how to accept great ones. Because a good business deal, like yeah, it can be good. They couldn't make money from it, but like unless if it's an F yes, I'm not say the word, but unless it's an F yes, then they're not gonna do it because it can, waste their time, waste their money. But if it's something that actually attracts them and it's actually like they're very, very confident in it, that's when they will take the deal. That's, for the wealthier people, billionaires, and like the higher entrepreneurs, like that's what they do. That's one of the biggest abilities that they have, is just be able to identify and filter out the good versus the bad business deals, good versus great. You know what I'm saying? And I think it correlates to trading as well. It's the same exact thing. Like you don't want to just waste your capital on something that has the potential to make you money. You want something that you are fully confident in, something that you are 1,000% sure can make you money in the long run. Like you don't want something that, oh yeah, this has the potential. Because at the end of the day, the markets only go one of two ways. They only go up or down. So you can press buy or sell right now and have the potential to make money. Um, but that's obviously not the right way to go about it. You want to be patient, and you want to hone in on what you know works, and the setups that that you're confident in taking. And for me, I wasn't doing that this week. I was really just taking anything that had the opportunity to make me money, just because I'm trading 5 XFAs. Everything I make is multiplied times 5, and I'm just thinking of all the possibilities, everything that I could do, all the potential payouts that I can earn. I'm not thinking about just actually trading to the best of my ability, which I think was the number one fault. Now, when you dive even deeper into that, you think, okay, why is this happening? It's because, obviously I want the money. I have an attachment to that money right now. And I preach this all the time, like, yo, don't be attached to the money. Don't think about the money when trading. Focus on just taking your setups, and the money will be a byproduct. I wasn't practicing what I usually preach this week. This week, I wouldn't even say this whole week. It was a couple days, honestly. Probably like, I would say yesterday and the day before. Honestly, every day I would say except for today. Today I was actually pretty good with it. Um, but every other day this week though, I was really like just focused on the money. I was fixated on that, and I always say not to be. So it's definitely something I need to work on. I need to just do some more self reflection and really figure out why I was like that. Now today I was a lot better. I still ended up red on the day, but I was a lot better in terms of just taking my setups, doing what I know works for the most part. However, it still didn't work today, and that's also what I want to get into next. Is just like it doesn't help that price action hasn't been the best this week. We have a lot going on globally, economically, that has been playing factors within the market that has been, affecting us in terms of just like the fundamental analysis. Outside of the technical, like the fundamentals haven't been the best recently, and I think that also plays a part because usually, in the prior months, I'm averaging a 3.5 hour trade easily. That's like my average win rate, 3.5 hour. This past month, I'm averaging a 1.5. So that just goes to show like my trades that I'm usually taking that are usually running a lot further aren't doing that for me now. That's just the conditions that we're in. They say the summer months aren't usually the best. The summer months don't usually bring the most, effective price action, and you should always take the low hanging fruit and take what is given. Don't try to, catch the larger moves. And that's something that I also have to work on. Just not trying to extend my take profit just because, yes, I've seen them work. I am used to seeing trades, hold out for a long extended period of time. I have built up the discipline and the focus to be able to do that. However, when the market isn't giving that to you, when the market is showing you that that's not what it wants to do, you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to pivot. And I wasn't adapting. I was still looking for these same trades. Now, it wasn't necessarily causing me losses to start. However, once I would say take that trade, this is like how my spiraling cycle went from the past couple of weeks. Like I would take a trade, I'm in profit a great amount. Price takes an internal draw. I'm targeting external because my model always aligns the internal with the external to get the highest risk reward. So we take the internal. I'm targeting external. Once we take the internal, I'll either tighten my stop or I'll go completely break even. We'll take internal. I'll get stopped out. And then from there, now it's like, all right, in my mind, I just seen that I was up this much money. I need to figure out how I can make that back now since I was just up there and I just lost it in unrealized gains. Like I'll draw like a quick diagram just to show y'all kind of like what was happening to me a lot this week. Like say I'm taking a short right here. So I take this short, we take like this internal sell side. No, wait, I'm using my finger. Let's just say we do that. Let's say we take, this internal sell side level, but I'm targeting this externally. I get stopped at break even or for a smaller loss, but I was already up. Let's just say I'm already up a very good amount right here. It's weighing on me mentally because I just seen the money that I was up. I seen that what I was up like down here, but I was ultimately targeting down here to make way more. Let's just like you get what I'm saying. Like I'm planning to make way more than price moves in the opposing direction. I get stopped out. Now that causes a trigger in my mind, so where now I'm trying to force trades. I'm trying to get back in. I'm trying to figure out how I can make this money back because I just seen that I was up it, and it's frustrating to get stopped out like that. So that's just personal error, personal mistakes, an area that I have to grow at mentally, and I need to improve on because not every trade is going to make you money. Not every day is a day to make money. There is opportunity every day, but it's not opportunity to make money. Some days you will just have to be on defense. Some days will go by and you don't take a trade. Some days will go by and you have to just be able to walk away from just one loss. You can't just expect to make money every single day. That's not how this works. There's 200 something trading days in a year. Not a single soul that trades, has 100% win rate every day throughout the year. Like there will be days where you trade or where you lose. Like that will happen. You have to be able to anticipate it, be fine with it, be reactive of it. You can't just let your emotions take over and expect, let your expectations take over. That's another thing. I was expecting a lot of the times. Like this whole week, I had high expectations. Past 2, 3 weeks, honestly, I had high expectations. Like I'm letting the stuff get to my head in a way, and that's where more problems come in. because this exact situation happened to me way more times than just a regular loss. I think this honestly, to me personally, excuse me, this hurts a lot more for me at least, just because I already seen that I was up a great amount. I had the money there and I wasn't able to secure it versus just a regular loss to where I never even seen no money from it. I'd rather that than this. That's just how my brain is. So seeing this a lot of the times causes me to follow up with a worse quality trade because I just am looking to make that money back quickly, which is something I need to grow on. And yeah, like it's instances like this that also have been causing it this week. Just the attachment to the money, the emotional side of it. And I need to get that under control. I need to do better. I need to be more patient, be more selective with my trades, and then take the low hanging fruit as well. Don't try to aim for the big setups because by the time I might see price sweep this low, and then we come back here, and I'm like, dang, now I'm already. If I was to close now or take a partial now, I'm already down a couple points from what I originally had planned to take it. That's 37 points in which is profit that I just had that I was going to secure, but I didn't because, I wasn't thinking about it at the time or I wasn't fully reactive. I wasn't fully attentive to the trade. So that's where, the micromanagement can be positive, but at the same time, it can also cause your downfall. So really just finding that balance and me just needing to find the right, just finding the right understanding of it. Um, I think those are like the main things: being attached to money, not taking the right setups, and then the other part is just the market not trading how I usually my usual style of trading has not been as effective in the market. So I need to adapt. I need to change that. I would say those are like the main things. I don't want to keep this video too long, so I think I'm gonna end it off right here. And how I plan on to improve as well. I'll get on that. Well, I kind of did, but just being able to be more pivotal, be able to be more just adaptive and reactive to the markets, being more patient, acquiring that skill set because without that, then I won't be able to succeed long term if I'm not patient, if I'm not thinking and zooming out, um, being able to identify and filter out the good versus the bad because we all know what our great setup looks like. We know when it's in front of our face, we know exactly what it is, and if it's not that, then I'm not gonna take it. If it's not something that I'm completely confident in, if it's not a trade that you're willing to put your whole account on, don't take it. Now, obviously, you're not going to put your whole account on one trade, but that's how you should be confident in these trades. And you should wait for what you know works, what you want to see, not just something that this might work. Like, you don't want to take those. And that's what I was doing. That's where a lot of my mistakes were coming from because I'm tied to the money. I'm trying to make it as fast as possible. I'm trying to see, dollar amounts and payouts, and I'm disconnecting from that going forward. I'm gonna focus on just one account right now. I'm not gonna copy trade for a little bit. I'm gonna just focus on one account, focus on growing it. I stay patient like that because right now I've proven to myself that I'm not ready. And so that's probably like the biggest thing. And I hope that you could have learned something from my mistakes as well, just from my reflections, from my lessons. I hope you can learn and take something from this. So, yeah, I appreciate you for watching. I hope y'all learned something. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace out.